today's satsang in Bhagavad Gita, 4th chapter, Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga, 42nd Sutra.
Tasmad ajnana sambhutam hridstam jnanasinatmanah chitvainam samshayam yogam atishta uttishta bharata.
Tasmad ajnana sambhutam hridstam jnanasina atmanah chitvainam samshayam yogam atishta uttishta bharata. Translation: Therefore, O descendant of Bharata, having destroyed with the sword of your essential nature this irresoluteness that is born and is cherished in the heart due to non-understanding, stand up and gain superiority through intense action. I can be very sure when Bhagavan uttered these words, he says, I will bless you, but I know I have to talk again. O descendant of Bharata, having destroyed with the sword of your essential nature this irresoluteness that is born and is cherished in the heart due to non-understanding, stand up and gain superiority through intense action. I tell you, whenever you are in confusion, the best way to get out of confusion is start doing intense action. Start creating. Take the decision which expands your consciousness even though it pains. When I took this responsibility of Madurai Adinam, even people who are around me, they said, oh God, Swamiji, do you know, it's a huge work. And many of our devotees, Swamiji, do you know what you are getting into? There will be so much of opposition, all that. I told them in one word, always decide for fulfilling what you stand for. I know for sure this seat, the seat of Madurai Adinam, will really help me to fulfill my mission of making human beings living enlightenment. Making human beings experience enlightenment, raised consciousness, for teaching the spirituality. I know for sure this pita, this throne, this seat will be a very powerful help. That is the reason I took up this responsibility. Whenever you are in confusion, dilemma, take up responsibilities. Go on expanding. I know this responsibility is not a piece of cake for me. It was pieces of cake for me. I have to gather everything together, to put it together. If it is piece of cake, you can eat. If it is pieces of cake, first you have to assemble to make a cake out of it. But I tell you, life is a play. Life is a joy. You don't know how heavy it feels, all these Rudrakshas. But that's the way life is. That is the way life is. am wearing at least 4 to 5 kg weight on me. Tasmadanyana sambhutam hridstam jnanasina atmanaha chitvainam samsayam yogam attishta uttishta bharata. O descendant of Bharata, having destroyed with the sword of your essential nature this irresoluteness that is born and is cherished in the heart due to non-understanding, stand up and gain superiority through intense action. I tell you, the power of hard work, not smart work, power of hard work. 2 days before, I gave you all one homework. I spoke on the spontaneous readiness for intense action one day. I told all of you to pen down that day satsang in your book of art with your handwriting. So I went to our website and saw the transcript which you are supposed to pen down in your notebook. I had little time. So in all this, amidst this war, so I thought, why not me also pen down? Of course, I did not get a paper and pen, but I took up my iPad and started typing. I kept that in one screen, in another one, I had 2 iPads. Another one iPad, I started typing. I tell you, really I tell you, I don't know how you will understand. I understood my own discourse more deeply when I typed. No, you understand whatever way you want. I don't want to interpret on that. But when I typed, I said, oh God, did I say it? It's my discourse, transcribed, faithfully, using the video record. When I myself was typing it again, I was shocked, but I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the whole experience. Because when I was typing it once more, I saw very clearly, point by point, like a system, the whole truth is evolving. See, to tell you honestly, when I sit here, all I do is I connect with the whole group of disciples sitting all over the world. And I say, all right, whatever they need, let it come out. It comes out. That day I myself got a chance to relook at whatever I said. Then I thought, oh God, what a gift to a seeker. Because very systematically the whole truth is presented. It was a discourse on samshayatma vinashyati. And of course, I have spoken on readiness for intense action, spontaneous readiness for intense action. About that also I have given an introduction. Hard work has its own strength. Hard work in hostile situation makes you a leader. I used to tell, people ask me, how did you spread spirituality all over the world? How did so many thousands are inspired by you? I used to tell them, you see, if somebody is able to drive in Calcutta, he can get international license immediately. He can drive anywhere in the world. That's the worst traffic. Actually, if you walk on the banners, you will reach the place more earlier than sitting in the taxi. In Calcutta, if traffic jam happens, you are supposed to reach Howrah station or the airport. The best thing you can do is get out of your taxi, walk on the banners. Just from one car to another car. Start walking on one car to another car. That's the best way and easiest way you will reach your destination. If you are sitting inside your taxi, cab, and expecting that you will reach the place little late, forget about it. The worst traffic I've ever seen on the planet Earth, or I can say in the cosmos, is Calcutta traffic. God. I don't speak about Calcutta because the moment I speak about Calcutta, it pulls me like Kailash. The place where Sri Ramakrishna lived. Whatever sampradaya I may represent sometime Shankara sampradaya when I speak Brahma Sutras. When I sit in the Madhurayadinam, I may represent Jnana Sambandha sampradaya. For my disciples, they may perceive me as representing Nithyananda sampradaya. Whatever sampradayas I may represent in different times. But when I am all by myself, I represent Ramakrishna sampradaya. Because Ramakrishna is irremovable component of my being. Still, when I try to find a spiritual solution for any issue, in my book of art, I turn to Ramakrishna only. See, in my book of art, I have millions of solutions. Still, for me to have a solution, I turn to Ramakrishna only. Millions may turn to me, but I myself turn to Ramakrishna only. If I start the word Calcutta, I know I'll get into Ramakrishna and will not come back to Sri Krishna. That is why I don't touch Calcutta. Anyhow, just like Calcutta's traffic, if you are able to drive in Calcutta, you can drive anywhere in the world. Same way, if you can inspire Tamilians, you can inspire anybody in the world. I have inspired Tamilians. I did hard work my first 10 years of my mission. You see, the beginning of your mission only you set your standards. How many hours you are going to work, how you are going to work, what kind of methods you are going to reach out, you are going to use to reach out your message to people. All that is standardized, set as a trend only in the first 10 years. The first 10 years, I worked hard in the worst hostile situations. I tell you, I have polished myself like diamond polishing, like diamond cutting. I have cut myself. Now I know for sure I'll be successful anywhere. I can inspire any human being. Manu very beautifully describes the period of brahmacharya, the period of learning should be in a place where intense hostility is there. Because when the situation around you is hostile, your swadhisthana cannot sleep. It will be so wide, open, widely available, aware of looking at everything and everybody without resting into peace. It will imbibe more and more things. It's like before going for feast, you take some appetizer so that your stomach is open for swallowing everything. I tell you, I worked in the most hostile group of people. How everybody perceives everything. The word Nithyananda is such a vibrant word. Nobody wants to miss it. No media wants to publish their version without the word Nithyananda, whether it's a TV media or a visual media or a print media or a radio or weekly or monthly. They don't want to miss the name Nithyananda in the front page. It's almost like before we write like a Om, Shubha, Shivaya Nama. Like that, media uses the word Nityananda. I tell you, I worked in such a horrible, most hostile atmosphere and situation. That is why I am telling you, I will revive Vedic tradition. Because I have polished my instrument, my weapon, my intelligence, using the most hostile atmosphere. The irresoluteness that is born and is cherished in heart due to non-understanding stand up and gain superiority through intense action. Bhagavan is beautifully giving direct instruction. At the end of every chapter, Bhagavan gives direct instruction to Arjuna, do it. So in the 4th chapter also, he gives direct instruction. After explaining all the logic, Bhagavan now says, direct instruction. Stand up and gain superiority through intense action. This is the last sutra of the 4th chapter, 42nd verse. Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita su Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Jnana Karma Sannyasa Yogo Nama Chaturtodhyayah. Vasudeva Sudam Devam Gamsa Chanuramardanam Devagi Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum.
Paramahamsa Nithyananda, a rare living incarnation, is named among the world's 100 most spiritually influential personalities today. Paramahamsa Nithyananda has been placed alongside Dalai Lama, Nelson Mandela, Oprah Winfrey, Paulo Coelho and others by Mind, Body, Spirit, the world's top esoteric magazine from Watkins, London's oldest and largest bookstore. A yogi by birth, he has been expressing his power of enlightenment since birth. He has authored more than 500 books in Tamil and English. Translations of these books are available in 26 languages in Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, Hindi, Sanskrit, Gujarati, Oriya, Bengali, Marathi, French, Malay, Polish, Portuguese, Italian, German, Danish, Spanish, Russian and Chinese. He is also an exemplary speaker with over 10,000 hours of profound life solutions through his discourses. Social services such as Annadan, free medical care, free educational services with ashrams, schools, temples, hospitals established in more than 140 places around the world, offering exceptional services. A powerful spiritual healer who has healed millions of people of diseases from migraine to cancer. A Kriya Yogi who has formulated Kriyas for physical health and mental well-being, benefiting thousands. A living master who offers practical solutions for our everyday problems. He is the founder and spiritual head of Nithyananda Dhyanapeetham. a spiritual powerhouse who has revived the sacred Vedic tradition by establishing Vedic temples in places like Los Angeles, San Jose, Seattle, Toronto, Ohio, Oklahoma, Phoenix, St. Louis, Malaysia, Brazil, Paris, Guadeloupe, Dallas, New York, New Jersey, Atlanta, Calgary, Vancouver, Singapore, and places in India like Bengaluru, Hyderabad, Tiruvannamalai. A spiritual guru for 10 million followers, an incarnation who transmits the highest spiritual energy through initiation, a contemporary yogi who has revived the Vedic science of yoga worldwide through thousands of yoga centers, an adept in Ashtamahasiddhis, mystical yogic powers, who has effortlessly awakened the Kundalini of thousands and graced them with spiritual powers, a dynamic young guru who is an inspiration for thousands of youngsters, India's most watched spiritual guru online, a beacon of spiritual light who has triumphed over the forces of religious terrorism and political persecution. Paramahamsa Nithyananda is an eternal Kalpataru, blessing the world with the boons of material abundance and spiritual enlightenment.
वन्दे पापविनाशक्तं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतं नित्यमुक्तं निर्विकल्पं ध्यानलोकप्रदीपकं वन्दे शान्तमयं बन्धं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम् आनन्दगन्धसञ्चारं सर्वोपाधिविनिर्मुक्तं वन्दे ज्ञानालयं नाथं नित्यानन्दाय स्वागतम्.
Let you all achieve, experience, live, express, radiate, share and explode in eternal bliss. Nithyananda.
Nithyananda Dhyanapita, Nithyananda Nagar off Mysore Road, Bidadi, Bangalore 562109. Contact 097422033311. www.nithyananda.org. www.youtube.com/Life Bliss Foundation.